Zero sales. People were interested, but nobody bought. And I'm going to be honest, it has hit my confidence. It hurts. It really does hurt. So this is my update for January 2026. I'm going to break down what I did, what happened, what didn't work, and what I'm going to do to fix all that. And if you're new here, my name is Adrianto. I started my career as a portrait and events photographer. In the last couple of years, I've been working in the nightlife and entertainment industry, shooting events, also shooting portraits and fashion and beauty, shooting private work. And most of my audiences from those last 2 to maybe 3 years have all come from that niche. But this year I've made a deliberate pivot and I'm trying to build a business more focused on founder-led content, building brands, storytelling, and implementing the right structures and systems to get clients consistently. And so why am I telling you all this? I'm glad you asked. Well, the reason I'm sharing this publicly is because I want this journey to be real, no highlights reel, and just no pretending. And also last week, I posted a TikTok video and an Instagram reel promising that I will share this journey with my audience. And so here I am, sharing my journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And to be honest, this one is ugly for me, but hopefully you can get some value out of it and make your journey easier. So here's the contradiction I've been sitting with. Now on paper, January looked absolutely perfect. It looked like I was making massive progress since I relaunched my business at the start of January this year. Conversations were happening, interests were there, DMs and warm leads were all flowing in. The pipeline felt busy. But the bank account had other ideas because the bank account said zero sales. And that's a problem I need to fix right now. See, when those things happen, it forces you to really take a look in the mirror. Not at your content, not at the algorithms, not at the potential clients that didn't commit, none of that. It forces you to look at yourself in the mirror and ask the question, what can you do? So I guess I should probably start with my social media because before launching my new business structure, all I had was an Instagram page and a basic website. And my Instagram was, my audiences were from the niche that I shot at, the events, the nightclubs, nightlife, the portraits, fashion, all that fun stuff. I still enjoy it today, mind you. But yeah, that was basically my Instagram footprint. And since the launch, my Instagram has been absolutely flat. And I expected it. Views are down, engagements are down, because I'm asking Instagram to sort of relearn who I am. And I'm asking my current audiences to relearn who I'm trying to be in my next phase, and also trying to attract new customers. And so Instagram doesn't just react off a new post. It needs to see a pattern, and your audience also needs time to catch up as well. And in terms of my potential clients, my ICPs that I'm trying to attract, I understand right now going into my Instagram page, it might look confusing because I have a message of helping them, but my current work that's being shown on my Instagram page doesn't quite reflect that yet. And so that's pretty much what my Instagram journey is right now with the new business structure. But again, I expected it, I accept it, and it's just going to be a slow burn. In terms of my YouTube channel, I started that back around November, December of 2024. And for the first few months up until I think mid of 2025 or probably late 2025, I was just posting sporadically. no real strategy, no real plan. It was mostly my street photography work and bits and pieces of my other work, my portraits and nightlife work. And so now I'm trying to rebuild it with intention, similar to what I'm trying to do with my Instagram account, because I want YouTube to be the channel where I share deeper knowledge, deeper lessons, and of course, my journey in long form content. But I also want to keep my street photography in the mix because that's my true passion. Street photography, I absolutely love it. It's my personal passion and it's part of my personality and my identity. And I really want that to be a part of my brand. I don't want my YouTube channel to become a boring kind of bland business channel. I still want to add some personality in there. And I think my street photography work will be the core in building that personality. So even though YouTube isn't exploding, I'm sitting on about 59 subscribers right now. Engagement is okay, views are okay, but consistency is the win that I'm chasing there with that channel. LinkedIn is a bit of a plot twist for me because it has been objectively successful since January from a visibility standpoint. Let me take you back. So with LinkedIn, I've had LinkedIn for maybe 3 to 4 years, but it's been sitting dormant for the last 2 years. And so I jumped back into LinkedIn in January and totally refreshed the page, made it more look professional, added my professional bio, profile picture, the banner, the whole works. Since then, I've had a ton of warm leads coming in through DMs, a lot of interests. My follower count was at around 170 at the start of January, and today it's 250. So in terms of follower growth and engagement and warm leads, it's been amazing. But like I said, it's a bit of a plot twist because attention wasn't the problem in LinkedIn. The problem was what happened after the attention. Because even with all that attention, all that engagement and DMs and warm leads, I still had 0 sales. So none of that mattered because I had 0 sales. And so if you're on a similar journey as me right now, getting a lot of interests, getting messages and feeling like you're close, I get it, man. I absolutely get it. And now the other piece of my social media puzzle, of course, is my website. I've always had a basic website, really, to be honest. And I've always, and I'm still am with Pixieset. No complaints here with Pixieset. They've been great. I've been able to do exactly what I needed to do, sending client galleries, organizing bookings, sending contracts. So yeah, it has worked for what I needed it to do in the past. But with the new strategy, I need more from my website. I need my website to be a qualifying machine, as in this is who it's for, this is who it's not for, this is the outcome, this is how we work. And if you're interested, this is how you can apply. So that's exactly what I need to do with my website. And it's still kind of work in progress. It's about 90% done, but it'll get there. And so here's the brutal truth. It's been a whole month since I relaunched my business and, new structures, new systems, new offers, strategies, social media, content, all of that, and 0 sales. It hurts. But this is the part no one really talks about because some days I do question my decisions and some days I do question my self-worth, because when you're doing the work and nothing is landing, your brain starts to tell you stories, right? And that's when you can really get into a dangerous headspace. You start asking, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this was all just a mistake. Maybe I should just go back to my old life, back to the 9 to 5, back to the days when I was absolutely hating myself every single morning. So that is a dangerous headspace to be, and it's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because I have to keep reminding myself I don't get to skip this part. This is the part where I really have to earn it. This is the part that is going to really shape me moving forward into a successful business owner, a successful content creator, a successful photographer, videographer, whatever it is that I want to be in the future. This is the part that is going to shape me and help me and harden me for that journey. And so here's the lesson from January, and the one thing that I'm going to act on immediately if I want this to work. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't have a lead problem. I have a sales communications problem. It isn't my work. It isn't my ability to connect. It's my ability to clearly communicate to my ICPs and guide them towards making a decision and commit. And like I said, if I can't close the sales, none of this matters. None of all the strategies and the structures and the content that I'm making, none of that matters if I can't close the sales. My focus is simple. Number one, it's all about clear qualifications. So I need to tighten my filter on my website, my inbox, my conversations and DMs. I really need to stop spending time with people that was never going to commit. The second part is, the most important part for me right now, is stronger sales processes. I'm improving how I lead conversations, objection handling, and follow-ups and structures and all that good stuff that goes into a sales process. And the third thing is sharpening my offer and just getting more clarity in my communications by simplifying how I explain what I do. Things like the outcomes, the processes, and the transformations. Because if someone is interested but doesn't buy, two things are happening. The offer isn't clear enough, or the value isn't landing, and that's on me to fix. Now, just to be clear, I'm not chasing virality. I don't want to become a famous, influencer, business, entrepreneur, founder, all of that. That's not my goal. Instagram and YouTube will be slow burns, and I accept that. That is part of the journey. That is part of the challenge that I'm facing right now. My ultimate goal is to attract the right people, earn the trust of those people, and then convert them into paying clients consistently. So if you're on a similar journey, subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments, what are you building right now? And what's one lesson that you've learned recently? Because if we're going to build in public, we may as well build together.